Alrighty. Howdy all. Test 1, 2, 1, 2. I wonder, can you all hear me this time? Let me know if you can hear me. That'd be nice. Oh, there we go. Put that there and there. It is a miserable, wet night here in Ueno, specifically in Ameyoko. Ameyoko-cho. So I'm going to flip this around. We're going to go for a bit of a wander. Whoop. Get people in the way. There we go. Let's go thusly. Camera. 1.5 wide. There we go. Nice. There we go. All right. So yeah, good day, loud and clear. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So yes, welcome. This is Ameyoko. So this area was originally black market area. World War II, all the rest of that. This is where you came to get, you know, your black market goods, your flour, all that kind of stuff, seafood from various other areas, because, you know, the train line had been brought back to operation in the 1940s. And so this area here along the train line was where you'd come along for all that. And so to this day, it's still very much about that. You know, all the little alleys there with izakayas, all the little cheap eateries and stuff along here. You know, bags, clothing, all kinds of weird bits and pieces. Starting to become slightly more gentrified, a little bit, but it's still very much of its thing. It is freezing out here at the moment. It is not enjoyable, but you know, it's still good fun. Felt like going for a bit of a wander. I spotted something at a hard off out this way the other day. I'm gonna go see if it's still there, because why would I not? Title game station. Go in there and spend all the money in the crane games, which surprisingly you can actually get stuff on. I've gotten a bunch of stuff from them previously. Random street foods. Like I've said previously, when you're here in Japan, you go into an area where there's like a lot of fooderies, and you're gonna find like 10 of the same thing within a short distance of each other. Yo, yo, yo. The smell, as always, the smell along here, you smell like all the grill, especially like a lot of the yakiniku joints and the grill joints that. If you like seafood, there's a lot of stuff here for that kind of thing. There's a lot of places to do kaisendon. So they're the like seafood bowls. So, you know, fresh seafood cut up, put on top of a bowl of rice, and away you go. Shoes, but unless you got itty bitty teeny tiny feet, you're gonna struggle getting shoes here. There's a real problem. Monjayaki joint. So that's cool. Chinese style food. How's the image coming through? What time is it here? It is just shy of 7. So things are still kind of kicking on. This is kind of like the equivalent to us of like, you know, 3 in the afternoon. So you're gonna get a lot of places that are still open, kicking on. People are now starting to go out, go to the bars, go check out things there. Oh, I gotta make sure I talk up so that I don't get copyright struck on this one as well, like I did the other day, because right now the Sailor Moon theme is playing. You know, not that I've got a problem with it, but unfortunately YouTube in their greatness block all that stuff. Little plaza thing down there as well. All the crazy sort of like jackets. Ah yes, Lyle and his ever love of seafood. Plenty of it here, and the best part is it's all raw seafood and random stuff too. But you do get a lot of, yeah, you can get some really good stuff here, quite cheap. Oh, that was a really, really nice warm breeze from there. Oh, that was beautiful. Yep, let's not go directly into that. I'm going to do step to the side a wee bit, just so I don't get water on the goods of the shops here, because that would be annoying. Yeah, there you go. So this is like a place that does like kaisendon as well. Whoop. Kind of. You go there, you can get yourself some oysters, you know, fresh oysters, get some whiskey, get some beer. There we go. See, I'll eat anything more than once. I will give it typically 3 tries. If by the 3rd time I still don't like it, then my palate hasn't acclimatized and it's just not going to happen. You know, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. but I want to give it a couple of attempts. I used to hate mochi, like the glutinous rice, chewy stuff. Hated it with a passion. Nowadays, love it. It's great. It's good stuff. So what we got here? We got another little alleyway heading down that way. More shoes, more food joints. Here we go, a bunch of like army surplus and like, army design type clothing. So yeah, it's a bit of a cold, wet night, so not as many people out, but there's still tons of people. More than like what you'd expect in a place like Sydney or anything like that. More clothes, more shoes, some tea. Everyone loves a bit of tea. There's a place kind of vaguely comparable to this in Osaka. It's a place called Shinsekai. Shinsekai, which is very much like, they kind of consider as being like the dirty, nasty, dingy area of Osaka. I quite like it, it's got character. It's interesting, it's the kind of place that's just, it's different, yeah. Also, very nice, very good cheap food there, which is great. Yeah, a lot of these stores still do survive. And they will for quite some time, just because of sheer population density. Here we go. This is another cool thing as well. So if we look up here, we've actually got ourselves, come on, up you go, point upwards, there we go. A shrine on top of a building here in the middle of the market. So during the day you can actually go up there and go up there and pay it a visit and do all that kind of stuff, which is cool. So I'm going to continue back down that way, just wanted to show that off. It's getting, like I said, it's getting a bit more gentrified here. So there are fewer of these small stores that are kicking along, ones that have been around for a long time. A lot more of the chain places. And there's like even a few of each branch of a chain thing here. Like Matsumoto Kiyoshi, the drugstore, chemist, as we call them in Australia. Oops, sake. Baseball cards and that's cool. And this is another thing as well. So this is like a place where you can buy tickets. So say for example, someone buys a ticket and they don't use it, or they get like a return ticket and don't use the return half, you can actually sell them to a place like this. And you can buy discount tickets. How much of a discount? Not a huge amount, but it's something. In a country that doesn't really have like a big, well, they do have a big discounting culture, but the discounts are always tiny. When we're talking discounts, we're talking like, 3%, 5% type things. So to get something at least is better than nothing. There's another little alleyway type thing there. So what I'll do is I'll loop back around because there's another branch to that, which is where we'll find the hard off. And I gotta try and make sure that my gimbal doesn't get too wet because it is a bit wet. There you go. Another one of those ticket stores. Used gold and jewelry and stuff like that. It's got 8 people watching. Nice. So as always, if you haven't, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all that kind of stuff because it all helps. More people should know. Oh God, something smells amazing. I don't know what it is, like cheese or something. Something going on. Wow, I like it. Yoshinoya beef bowls are always good. Kakuni miso. Oh yeah. Kakuni is like a it's like a slow cooked pork belly, like a soy sauce. Really good stuff. Alright. Let's go back down that way. There we go. This is where I need to get to. Aha. So how's the image quality this time around, gents? I'll assume it's gents because I don't have too many female viewers, unfortunately. Do want more, but, Another massive drugstore. Stream has me excited. You're moving here in 8 days. Oh, nice. Jealous. I'm planning on moving over here at some point, but logistics, various things, which just slowed it down a lot. One day I shall. So what are you moving over here for? Ultimate Disco Bear. Is it for work? Are you in the army? Are you in the navy? Have you got a partner that's from over here and you're tagging along? What's up? Yeah, I gotta wipe the lens off in a moment. Rock and roll. So now we've ended up in somewhere I quite enjoy. There we go. Oh, big drop of water right there. Love it. So this is the hard off. Doing a got a scholarship. Nice. Well done. What are you studying? What are you doing? What's your master's in? Something interesting? Something interesting, no doubt. All right, let me just fold these things down quickly. Ah, now it's time for the most wonderful theme song on earth. Constantly. Come here. Where's my shirt? It's hiding under here. Can't feel anything. There we go. Boop. Sweet. Alright. So we can hang that there. Ready? Alright. Alright. Oh, good in here. Ryzen 5, 2400G, nice. Some computer stuff. Whoop. Phone's going a bit funky. Oh, that can just stay there for a second. Oh look, it's an old Osmo. Oh no, it's a ZenMuse. There we go, ZenMuse X3. Nice. Musicology, Japanese popular music studies post-World War II. That is super cool. That is really cool. It's kind of wild how much like good music stuff there actually is in Japan. Here we go. Now we've ended up in what some might consider the interesting part. Yeah, if you like vinyl here is still very much alive. A lot of it. Good quality stuff too. A lot of blues, a lot of old rock too. Classics there, what do we got here? Stuff that I have no idea about. A lot of blues, a lot of jazz. Oh, Boss Gags, nice. Nice. What have we got here? Cables and such. Here you go, Brad. Perfect for you. Goofy audiophile cables. Love it. A lot of that kind of like audiophile dorkishness here in these stores. Hi-fi things, all kinds of stuff. Not of any interest to me personally. See what I'm saying? Yes, Les Pauls, there are some indeed. There was actually, when I was at, Akihabara, the one that was there, they had like a half a dozen good quality Les Pauls. 5152, of course, always need one of them floating around. Here we go. So now we got some cool things going on. Basses, what have we got? Jazz bass standard, Fender, FGNs, super cheap. Oh, what do we got here? That's a Dean, that's a Spectre. Yeah, these places can. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And this one's a relatively small one. And it's also got stuff that's been on the higher price side. Like, for example, that's a PV Wolfgang. Yeah, PV Wolfgangs are great, for like almost $4 grand. I suppose they're kind of approaching that price, but they weren't always like that. Of course, in every single place, you'll guaranteed to find at least, you know, half a dozen Japanese strats of various kinds. Yeah, $600, $800. You can find some interesting Japanese, like, domestic brands too. Like high-end builders that you've never heard of that do custom stuff that aren't cheap to buy. Yeah, Aussie dollar's going quite well. That and more so the Japanese yen is just very, very weak. So this is what's kind of weird. Like over here, you get a lot of the US stuff that's quite expensive. So like Les Paul standard there. That's a 92 model though, which is quite nice. So from the quote unquote the you know, Goodwood era. And that one's $3 grand, but you can see like the condition here if I click that. There we go. Focus. Focus. Go on. I'm gonna focus. What about the next one? There we go. You can see kind of like how messed up the binding is and various other aspects. What's that? It's a Les Paul Studio for $1 grand. SG Standard for $2 grand. Yeah. See, this is the depressing part. Like Jazz Masters, like these ones here. Like back in the day, you'd be able to pick them up in Japan for like $600 all day. Now like tripled in price. You get cool stuff like this. So this is a Japanese-made Les Paul. This one's a history brand, so made by Fujigen in Japan. And yeah, you'll find so many of these kinds of like instruments in Japan, which is great. There you go. There's another Strat there. P serial. So that's kind of nice. Old school Yamahas. Old Tokai as well. Another old school Tokai. That's a Moserite. 63 original, $6 grand. Okay, it's probably a bit on the high side for it. Here we go. So Les Pauls and a Strandberg. Yeah. That one there, that one there. Microphones. You always find a bunch of mics in these places. Audio Technicas. There's a Kemper down there. Wow. Kemper. Stay. Pedals. Lots of pedals. What do you got? Go down. That's all the standard Boss ones. Flanges, overdrives, plenty of overdrives, OD1s and OD2s. $1,100 for an OD1. No way. Seriously? It's getting a bit crazy there. Give me a sec, what's going on with this? Why have I got no focus on that? Come on. There we go. Yeah, $1,100 for an OD1. That's kind of a bit much. Proco Rat. Large box reissue. Seriously. For $700. Nah, man. That's not it. I've sold large box reissues for way less than that. So we got here, we've got keyboards and stuff. Nothing exciting on the synth side. Synth stuff, it does turn up, but you gotta like know where to look. Oh. And then of course you get stuff like this where it's like, okay, there's like an XV 5080 And there's another XV 5080. It's like stacks of them. Random Rickenbacker copy. Grassroots. Silver screw OD1, not my cup of tea. Yeah, it's good. It's good for people who are mouth breathers, because there's no difference between them and the later ones, but people like to put differences in them in a way to make them more money. That's it. Yeah, it's like what happened to video games collectors. Same deal. Oh, it's a 3-screw Super Mario Brothers, or it's a Left Bros Mario 3. It's dumb. Absolutely dumb. All that kind of cool stuff. Yeah, here we've got like some kind of nice acoustics. Going to that. 700 bucks for no drive pedal is wrong no matter what. Yeah. Here we go. D28 for 4.5 grand, which is kind of a bit on the high side. What's that? Martin D series black walnut. Doesn't say what model though. 2 and a bit grand. Yeah, that's about right. Old school Japanese acoustics here. Suzuki, Yairi, Applause. Oh, there we go. Nerdy hi-fi stuff. Now the one that I'm looking at, wakey, come on, thank you. There we go. Knocked my calibration off. The one I'm looking at is actually this one. So this is a 2007 Music Band Stingray. US made, all that kind of stuff. 800 bucks. You know, it's got some marks, it's got some dents on it and all the rest of that. It's a good bass though, so that will end up in the store for like 1,500 bucks, you know? You want bargains, you're gonna get bargains from like next week onwards, because that's when I'll be heading out to the middle of nowhere in different places. So the final week I'm here is I'm gonna be focusing more on the buying. Right now I'm kind of just having some time to just chill. So that does mean looking at some bits and pieces wherever I can, and you know, buying the occasional thing if it's really worthwhile. Yeah, that's not a bad find. Yeah, hard off is very much hit and miss. It really does depend. So it depends on, hello. It depends on like where it is, who bought it and all that. You know, like I was able to, you know, I should have bought the Les Paul I saw the other day. It was 2 grand for a 93 model Les Paul. But this is the section that Brad will probably love. This is what's called the junk section. So inside of here are just boxes and boxes and boxes of random cables, bits and pieces, stuff you can fix, stuff that's not worth anything, but maybe you need like, you know, a particular part or something from it. Some of the stuff here also works. Some of it's perfectly fine. It's kind of like going through a rummage sale, car boot sale, that kind of thing. Over 2,500 for that Stingray here for sure. No. In the condition it's in, not really. Probably 2 grand if I really want to mess around with it. Realistically, I will probably sell it for less than 2 just so I can get some quick cash, because I need money. That's what I need. I need money. I like money. Money is good. Look at that. Box cameras. Cables galore of various kinds, flashes. That's a random microphone. So this is kind of where you can rummage through and find all kinds of interesting, kind of cool stuff. Sometimes you'll find bargains. This, 5-6 years ago, this is where you used to come to get the real bargains for music stuff. If it had a mark or a scratch or something on there, you'd end up with a huge bargain on an instrument that you could easily clean up and sell. Now, not so much. Germanium transistors don't exist in Akihabara. Germanium transistors, like, they're still everywhere. There are still so many of them around. Contrary to popular belief, there's like, you know, there's no shortage of them. There's a shortage of ones that aren't completely leaky, but most people don't want them, they don't use them, and so we're at the point where people are just using whatever they can for whatever reason. There we go. Akihabara though is just good fun. I'll be doing something there. Come on, go that way, thank you. I'll be doing something there at some point in the near future. What do? Random bits and pieces. Cables and bits and bobs. See if ever you need something like a, a parallel cable or a printer cable or something like that, you're going to find it here. Old school DigiDesign inbox. You get like some random speakers over, like in some of the bigger stores, which I'll show you later on, have like sections of this stuff, but just so much, like way more than you could ever like hope to find. Ancient like JBL speakers and things like that, stuff that needs like re-foaming of the surrounds or various other things. Then there's other stuff where it's like you can get it and you just basically part it out. So like your old AV receivers like these, they're like dime a dozen here, busted ones. So you can get like some of the old parts that don't exist anymore. Yep, temperature controller, fry pan, yep, plenty of those. So it's easy to get a lot of dead, busted parts for repair. You get them, get the parts, salvage other things, bada bing, bada boom. I got here more stuff over this section as well. Here you go, Brad. Cameras galore. Sony F3, man, hectic. What do I got down here? Blackmagic Ursa EF, you know. They're not cheap units, even if they're like not working. Get them fixed, put them up, swings and roundabouts. Oh. Big massive Canon lenses. So they're for the XL series with little teeny tiny sensors in them. What's that? It's a Sapphire. Yeah, Sapphire Pro 14 and a 6 USB. Alright, nice. Random stuff down there. What's this? Is that actually an Apple one? No, it's just a clone. Yeah, it's a copy. Yeah, the camera prices are pretty good. The good stuff though is not cheap by any stretch of the means, unfortunately. It's quite pricey. You go in the little section here, you can actually plug it in, give it a test, see how things are. But when you buy stuff from the junk corner, no warranties, nothing like that. You buy it and that's it. But yeah, interesting thing about like hard off, all this kind of stuff, all the warranties, blah, blah, blah. Japanese warranties don't mean shit. They, seriously, they're so bad. We do not offer tax-free services. What do you mean? Other places do. No public restroom, yeah. You're welcome to take photos inside the store. So that's one of those things that they do here, which is kind of wild. Random mouthpieces and stuff. That there. PlayStations. And then up on the top floor is like all the trading figures and toys and stuff like that. Looking for an Elisa's MIDI keypad in case you see one. Plenty of those secondhand around elsewhere. Here, not so much. Here we are back on the guitar level. Yamaha EAD drum thing. That's pretty cool. There we go. Oh, down I go. Okay, there's a minus. It's fine. All right, here we are back outside. Oh, it's cold, it's wet. There we go. Like a number pad. I have no, what do you mean? I ain't seen them. So yeah, so that's inside of like a hard off. This one's a bit of an odd one. It's a bit smaller. The prices there are on the higher end. Once I go out and about and check out some other places, you'll see more of them and more interesting things. Speaking of interesting things, earlier today I was in Shibuya and Mrs. was visiting Apple because she works for the company. So while we were there, she was popping in doing all that, and I went around the corner to the ESP Craft House. And inside of that, they also happen to have a museum, which is pretty cool. Museum's just a little small thing, covers like one floor, and it's not much in there, but the stuff that's in there is cool. So they actually borrow instruments from ESP signature artists, like toured ones that have actually been there, and they put them on display. So while I was in there, I got to see one of Kirk Hammett's original KH1s, one of the touring ones from back in the days of Live Shoot Binge Purge Black Album Tour, Paul retouring me. There was also James Hetfield's Deer Skull Explorer, which that thing was sick. Man, that thing is beat to hell. You'll love to see it. There was also Alexi Laiho's Pink Scythe, the one with the pink inlays and that, from his days post Children of Bodom. What else? There was Jeff Hanneman guitar, of course. There was George Lynch one. Stephen Carpenter, his orange one with the, I can't remember what sports team it was. Whoa, hello. But yeah, there's one that he had for, with a number on it from a sports team. I just pull aside because I've got to clear off this lens. There you go. Yeah, so there was that there, and what else was there? There was one more. God, I can't even remember. Someone, but it was kind of cool. Stay. Get sake in your guts. Maybe. No shower. Heading towards Tachikawa, there's a big one there. I don't know. Pretty much whenever I travel, I just find a random joint and go, yep, cool, let's go there. So next week we're off to Osaka for a couple of days, then Kyoto. And then after Kyoto is when we go up north. So that's where we head between Sendai, Niigata, and Fukushima. There's a lot of them up there that have very, very cool, cheap stuff. So I'll buy some stuff up there, return back down to Tokyo. Mrs. heads out off back to Australia, and then I'll be here by myself for a week. And once I'm wandering around for a week, I will do more sort of jumping on a train and travel to check things out between visiting some suppliers and heading off to Yamaha's Innovation Road with Brad. So we can go like check out the history of Yamaha's products, which are pretty damn nifty. You need the little lemon-shaped air fuffers. Ah, yeah, those things. I do have those, but they don't help really with a lens like this, unfortunately. So, I'll tell you what, Japan kebabs, they smell so much better than back in Australia. It's insane. Like, it is absolutely wild how good they smell. So that was this side of Ameyoko. If we jump over the other side of the train tracks, there's another one that's very similar. So we'll head over towards that way because I'm getting a bit peckish. I am getting hungry. So I've got to try and find something that I can eat that the proprietors won't be annoyed if I happen to have this thing running. But what do I feel like? I don't know. Tachikawa. Which prefecture is that? because next time I'm traveling here, I'll be off into some other areas I haven't been previously. So, like heading down towards Shikoku, Fukuoka, all those kinds of areas. All I can smell right now is meat. All of the yakitori and the grilled stuff. It's amazing. Wow. Wet ground, very wet ground. I think my left boot's starting to die. It's getting a bit wet. Okay, so it's like not far from Tokyo then. So what, we're talking like down towards like Kanazawa way, like Tokyo way, or like out towards like Chiba or Saitama? So here we've got like the other side of Ameyoko. Curb trash. Even the cheap food here is phenomenal. Hey, there we go. Found that old store. I'm not going to point the camera that way, just in case. Whoa, it's getting cold. It's getting wet. Ah! Stop. That's one bummer about some locations is you see like things like that, and it means that you can smoke inside. So you'll be sitting there and like someone like literally next to you is smoking a cigarette while you're trying to like eat food. So keep an eye out for those places. They're not ideal. What do we got here? Wow. Eh? Stream? What do you got? Menu. Hey. Menu. Hey, すみません。メニュー。はいか。はいかな。英語、日本語、英語。はいか。Yakitori.
Yakitori, sashimi, tempura.
Yeah, all the standard stuff.
Sashimi, tempura.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Cool.
Inside that.
Hey. Now, where's the...
Okay.
Hey, arigato. Thank you. Alright. There we go. So this is your table charge. They'll charge you a couple of bucks for it. And of course, more. That can hang there for just a second while I grab out the fries like that. Now you can actually hear. Stay. Test 1 2 1 2. Hey, can you hear me? It's like a seating charge. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's daikon. Hi. Hi. Ah, tsukune 1つ。
日本からです。日本よろしいですか。でも日本。
はいはい。Number. Let me know. Seems like the moment I came in here, it's like people disappeared. Ah, arigatou gozaimasu. Very different to back in Australia. So I got some of that. that. Tomato meat roll. Interesting. Tamasaki. Reception has gone to shit. Let's see if I can... What do we got here? I mean, I've got it half okay. Not the greatest, but it's okay. Great caviar. I think you mean sea grapes. Miso, edamame. What's on this side? A little bit. That's good. Try to call up. That's funny. How was it? Try to call up. There we go. Right, is it? Lost in buffering. I got plenty of reception here. Not much I can really do though. Momo, chicken thigh. Hilarious. 480p seems to work okay. Yeah, that's probably about where it's outputting or something. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Yeah. Get that there. Oh yeah. Another thing with these places as well is usually finds a button on the table. There's one down there. Press your button, calls over the waiter or the waitress or whoever happens to be there. If I were better in my English, I'd probably turn around and go, "Oi, why are you charging more for the English menu, huh? Bastards." Yeah, that's right. I have these things on piss off, though, I swear. It's such a cold, miserable night tonight. I'm going to make my way to a Centaur again. Chill out in a big hot bath. Yeah. So, does it seem to be still working now? Let me know. What's on the menu with some chili? Not much, really. Not in this place, anyway. You want chili? You grab that stuff. Put some of that on there and away you rock and roll. Sometimes some places you'll find things that have chili. Not most places, though. However, the Otsumame actually had a bit of chili in there, a little bit of bite. It's not bad. It's like daikon, carrot, sesame, a little bit of vinegar and some chili in there, which is pretty good. Whiskey, so they got plenty here. Let's see what they got now. A whiskey highball, Suntory, Kora highball, mega whiskey highball, ginger beer highball, lemon highball, and just a standard whiskey highball. Yeah. So, that one there. So that's like your whiskey section there for like cheap drinks. So like, what we got here? That's That's sake, that's the malts. It's like a whiskey highball here, which is like whiskey and soda or similar. Soda. All different sodas. Yes, I await my food. Yeah, in a place like Japan, you can kind of get by with minimal language. Having some comes in handy. A lot of it you can also like infer from context. As long as you kind of know how to respond and what to say, you'll generally be all right. Learn your basic counters 1 through 10. Not many times you're going to need to order more than 10. Coming here, ordering food, doing it in Japanese rather than in broken English, trying to get more to it. I do need to put in the effort. I need to actually do it properly. Because if I get into it and actually start Algoy is like an old school, it's like an old school like town type thing, a lot of old buildings, various things. And we just randomly walking past, there's like a jewelry shop there, and we looked outside, we're like, oh, that kind of looks interesting. Walked inside, and it's a little small chain, there's like half a dozen of them. And what they do is that they have like blanks of the rings there. So various gauges, various shapes too. And you basically pick your design, all the rest of that, and then you get to pick the finish as well. So what I went, there we go. So that's, like 2 of these for $3. Not bad. Most of the time you're going to say ones or twos of stuff. If you're going to pay something with card, then it's like, card. Not bad. Yep, unstable connection again, of course. And skinny, which is like chicken mince on a stick. Yeah, that's right. Not great. Would I come back here again? No. Bit of an evening snack is all. I have a little bit of chili on there. Why not? There we go. Over there. So it's going to be some pretty crazy pandemonium when Brad's over here as well. And take him out, actually show him kind of what it's all about. Oh yeah, stream's freezing in. I'm going to be heading out of here in a minute anyway. Yeah, food's mediocre. I've had a beer. I'll go find some other stuff out on the street. There you go. Couch again. Dinner is making me hungry. Yeah, this is more like a snack. I'll probably grab something else after here. Yeah, it's okay, but not phenomenal. Yeah, the connection seems like it keeps coming in and out. That's the way things go. All right. Done that, had my beer. Alright. Just pay my bill and get the fuck out of here. Go find some food. Slide back that way. There's my thing there. There it is. Folder of doom. What's wild is, it's a very different kind of world than when I was here last time. There's a lot more. You can actually pay for things with card a lot more than previously. Yep, everyone's starting to rush in now. Where's the cover? There it is. Hope you're having a great time. Safe travels. Thank you. I'm certainly trying. Oh, there we go. That comes up and over. That comes up and over there. That goes there, like so. And then that one stays there. Cool. Ow, right in the face. How long ago was your last vid? I have no idea. I just got to get them out. Problem is time and all the rest. Everything's been so crazy before we came over, and that, I kind of lost the mojo. I wanted to do proper things. The pipeline, just got to get them out again with the unstable connection. Hey, bit down, guys. Hey. Ow, smashed my elbow. Oh yeah. Okay. Hey, let's land off. Alright, you guys can hang down that way. Hi. Nissan, hi. Alrighty. Hi. Arigatou. Ah, arigatou. Hi. Ah. Hi, arigatou. Hi, arigatou. Oh yeah. Just throwing my thing around. There we go. Ah, that goes there. Doobie-doobie-doop. Alright. Let's get some umbrella coverage because it's wet still. Hang on. Go. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Wow. Oh, how long ago was my last visit? Right, let's try that again. My last visit here was 5 odd years ago. It was literally just before I opened the shop. And it was my traveling over to Japan that allowed me to open the shop because I bought stuff over here that funded setting up costs and all the rest of that. All right, let's change this view so y'all ain't looking just directly at me. There we go. That's better. Over that way, like so. There we go. Oh, it's cold, it's wet, miserable. Smoking, okay. Whew. Cold. Where's my thing? Is it there? Yeah, it's all the way under my chin. It's a bit windy. More than a bit. Oh, Jesus. Ah, it's awful. What? Almost lost my umbrella. Almost. Ah! Dear Lord. Hey, we've ended up back where we started. Nice. Oh, man. Alright. What do I do now? I need something else. Something a bit more. Yeah, look at that. These are the kinds of places you can find cheap. You know. So, soba, udon, next to nothing. You know. Curry rice and bowl of soba for like less than $7. How's that? Then again, the realities here as well is that like the average wage for like non-skilled workers and such is in the realms of $13 an hour. So while the prices are cheap for those of us on the outside coming over, for the locals it's starting to get a bit much. So that's Keisei Ueno Station. Another thing with Japan, especially Tokyo, is you can have 4 stations, sometimes 5 or more, that all are the same location. You know, for example, you go to somewhere like Asakusa Station. It's like, well, which Asakusa Station? Asakusa Station on the Ginza line? Asakusa Station on the JR line? Which one? And that one there is Keisei. So you've got different companies that own train lines privately, as well as the public-owned JR, Japan Rail. They run side by side. That's why, for example, if you get the JR pass, which is totally not worth it anymore, you can use that on JR lines, but you can't use it on the private lines. So you can't use it on like Keisei, you can't use it on Scuba Express. You can't use it on any of those things. Karaoke. Go in there, get yourself a bunch of, unlimited booze for X period of time, Nomi Hodai. So Nomi Hodai is all you can drink, like $20-30 or something. Yeah, looks slippery. Surprisingly, it's not that bad. I suppose in my case as well, I am wearing good quality hiking boots, but the left one appears to now finally have a hole in it, which is a pain in the ass. Do not like. What do we got down here? Still Yodobashi. Ugh. What's that? Ooh, dessert. Pudding. Pudding and coffee jelly. Oh, yeah. That's some good shit. Now, unlike in the West, where you've basically got like, here's one location on ground floor and then top maybe is like offices or something. Here, you've got businesses stacked on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other. Going all the way up. Hey, we're back. Good. How was dinner? Mediocre. I only had like 4 bloody, I only had 4 sticks. That was enough for me. I was like, nah, I'm gonna go find something else. And the price was all right, except they had the bloody gaijin price up, bastards. So now I'm wandering around, maybe find something that I can get cheap, just to tack onto the stomach. What am I hunting for today? Well, earlier I was at the hard off in Ueno Ameyoko. Found a Music Man Stingray bass for just under $900. The unfortunate part about that particular branch, however, is they don't do tax-free, which means that it's like $90 extra. I'm like, do I buy it? Do I not? I'll probably buy it when I come back on like, Monday or something. Not like this Monday, like Monday. Yeah, not this Monday. This Monday? No, next Monday after. Yeah. With anything like that, if there's spruikers or anything like that, you know, just ask for the Japanese menu. Ask for the Japanese menu. Use Google Translate. If it's a handwritten menu, they can still pass some of it. But learn your basics. Learn your hiragana, learn your katakana, and you will be able to decipher some of it at least. Wow! Hello, more wind. Whew! A miserable night. I am so gonna need a bath after this. That's kind of cool. Old school kind of vibe. Oh, it's gotten to the point where it's so cold now that my breath is condensing. You'll also see these everywhere too. That's a hub, which is a British style pub. Oh, freezing. There's that one there. Another big chain sushi joint everywhere. One thing to watch out for is whenever you're in like a real touristy type area, if you see something that says Kobe beef, it's probably not Kobe beef. It's probably like beef that's been processed in Kobe, but it's not actually like Kobe. Yeah, always stay away from roppongi. Never worth it. Oh, Korean style joint. Old school kisaten again. Lots of them. But yeah, if you ever see anything that's like, oh, Kobe beef, it's not. Most likely it's not. Maybe potentially, but generally not. The hard off channel guy does covers with bosses. Yeah, they're kind of cool. I follow a couple of the different shops on like Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. I bet J-Car to Japanese electronic stores is like Hard Rock Cafe to restaurants. I don't quite understand what you're getting at that one. Because funnily enough, Hard Rock Cafe exists here and it's everywhere. Like seriously, it is like all over the joint. There's more down there too. Oh, nice. Nice like omakase style joint. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, Brad's missing out on this one. Look at that. It's a beer brewery. Oh. I can take away fleshly brewed beer too, not just freshly brewed. Oh, look at that taps behind there and everything. Oh man. That sounds like a pretty good drop all in all. Oh, cold, windy. Oh, there goes my umbrella. Upside down, inside out. Come on. There we go. Damn thing. Stay. More stuff down there too. Just wandering the streets. That's a park over there, a shrine. Vintage Maid Cafe finds. Definitely not my taste, but you know, whatever floats your goat. You said you were going off to bed. Go off to bed, it's late. Besides, you missed the brewery bar. It's kind of like a shrunk down version of Mountain Brew. They had like the, vats directly out front too. I'm impressed you're still up, Brad. Yeah, I'm impressed too. I'm not exactly that exciting, you know. A little bit, a little entertaining, but not hugely. What was that? Ooh, a lamb. What is it? High border, blah, blah, blah. This is a Genghis Khan restaurant, is it? Genghis Khan, as they would call it. You're in bed. You're in bed watching this. Dude, put the phone down, go to sleep. You have work to do. I don't. Maybe when I get back to the shop, there's probably not much work to do. Oh, framing studio. Nice. Get a point. Yeah, maybe. Already had one. Might actually go into just a bloody, into a combini. That's, a thing? What even is that? Huh. That's wild. Oh God, Japanese coffee is a crime against nature. Seriously. Oh. Even going to somewhere that's like a fancy, like supposedly good coffee joint is mediocre at best. Like they don't do coffee here. They don't. What's that? Chinese joint. It's looking a bit empty. Dude's like staring at me like, come in. You want to come in, don't you? I have food in here. You might like it. It's like, yes, I probably would like it. However, I am currently in the process of live streaming and a lot of places do not like that. Where the hell have I ended up? I have no idea. I'm in the middle of... Ah! Bye-bye. Let's try that again. Whoa! Windy. Windy. Oh, even. Oh my God. Good thing I'm not wearing a short skirt today. Jesus. Wow. Hello. Whoa. Okay, it's blowing sideways now. I'm just gonna like pull into this awning here. Whew. Okay. It's a bit wet. It's a bit cold, a bit windy, you know? Yeah, a lot of those places that do open up, they don't last long. Businesses here, they either last forever or they don't last. We stopped by a place when we were out in, we were in Yokohama. No, was it Yokohama? It was a Yokohama place there, but that's right, when we were in Kawagoe. We went to a place there that apparently the 2022 or something like that, latte art competition, they came third. Guess who they came in third behind? That's right, Australia first, New Zealand second. It's the only, seriously, we are like the biggest coffee nerds in the world. One cool thing about Japan is you see stuff like this, you know? It's just, you can pull your camera out, take a photo, and there's always an interesting texture, always an interesting angle, something cool. I wouldn't stay there. No shit show in hell. Yeah, no taste for coffee because it's based on the American standards and Americans don't know how to make coffee. Seriously, it's just awful. All caffeine, no taste. Not even any caffeine in it. It's just bad. Seriously. Drip coffee everywhere. Terrible. That's terrible, Muriel. Compost is okay. It's passable. By Australian standards, it's could be better, could be worse. It's passable. Wouldn't kick it out of bed for farting. Okay, let's go this way. It's always lukewarm, always. Really, it's like half the coffees I've had recently have been like on fire. Like they're burning hot. Like the kind of thing that like a white shazza in Western Sydney would walk up and go, yeah, what can I have? Flat white, extra hot, 3 sugars, half strength, no foam. I can tell you, no foam. Ooh, neat. So that kind of thing was just so incredibly hot. Oh, I found a whiskey bar. Here you go, Brad. Something might be, what is that? Kaboya. Yeah, wild. Look at it, it's just all the bottles there. That's nice. Yes, Lyle has very, very strong opinions on everything, but that's why we love him. However, as an American, I won't take anything he has to say about food seriously. I used to work at a cafe in Campbelltown. Oh, yes, that's where I was. Nightmarish place. Close to my old shop, there we go. Every second it was extra hot latte, extra. Seriously, why do they do that? You get it past a certain point and the milk burns, it goes bad. You lose the ability to texture it. But then again, they don't like texture, they want it all flat white. They hate foam. Why? Have they smoked themselves to the point where their tongue has basically turned to beef jerky and there's nothing left on the surface except for a 6-inch thick layer of tar? And that's why they want their coffee so hot, to burn through that layer so they might be able to taste something in their lives that isn't just the disdain for their own children named Jaden, Hayden, and Braden. Ugh. Right, here we are in an interesting little alley. Ooh. Ooh, wine bar. I hear a piano. Ooh, can you hear that? Can you hear the piano? Where's the piano? Neat. Although next door to our hotel in Asakusa, there is actually a jazz bar. And they had live music in there 3 times a night. It's brilliant. Like the owners, they play the jazz. I just want to feel something again, yeah. Now, I can't take anything an American has to say about food seriously. You have seen what their food is like, right? I mean, even American barbecue, mid. I said it, it's mid. And the fact that they get all pissy about, oh no, it's got to be from this region, it's got to be this, nah, man. Nah. Oh, got a drop of water on there. Love me some plasma milk, hells yeah. All right, let's plonk that there for a sec. Stay there. Clear off the lens. That's about as good as we're getting. There we go. When I had my coffee business, I had a simple rule. No decaf, no soy, no extra hot. That's it. It was simple. Look at that. Ooh, that's some fancy shit. Some people know me for being a little thorny to people who message me online about stuff that I'm selling when they ask stupid things. And there's a guy who did it, and they were like, oh, people were like, oh, maybe you should be a bit nicer to him. I was like, nah, you'll see. Sure enough, he's now sent me a message, oh, I'm getting the cash together, I really want that guitar. All the way it goes. French has just laid a fuck ton of butter to everything. Yeah, French food is mid as well. Italian food is okay, mid. Nothing better than an Argentine asado. I haven't had Argentine asado, but I have had Brazilian and yeah, obviously churrasco. I've had that, and I've had another like South American barbecue. I can't remember what. It was brilliant. Complex Asian spices and textures. Yeah, look, honestly, India food. Oh my god. Mexico, holy hell, every region is its own amazingness. I can hear an accordion. Can you hear that? There is an accordion being played. Ooh, live music bar, nice. But yeah, like what I was saying was, wait, oh, that's right, food. Yeah. Indian food, amazing. You know, Chinese food, various sections. Oh, brilliant. Lovely stuff. African food, oh my god, if you've never had African food, Ethiopian food, Nigerian food will blow your mind. It is so good. Fish sauce like magic. I don't like it. I mean, I have it, but it kind of gets in my thing. Yeah, food fold over the massive skews. Churrasco. Churrasco, which is amazing. Good stuff. Ah. Hutty building. Nice. Another food that's amazing too, Vietnamese. Brilliant. You know, good quality stuff. Indonesian. Oh, there was this place that used to be open years ago in Sydney. And I used to go there for lunch once in a while. And it closed down and I hate it. And they used to do this dish called rawon buntut, which was a Javanese oxtail soup. I was like, it was black. Oh, it was so good. Like, it was just damn good. Like an interesting kind of bitter flavor, but really, really nice. Where the hell am I? Chuadori. Okay. So I've gone over another step. Another step over from Ueno. Look at that wet ass puddle. It's bad, man. It's bad. German oxtail is incredible. I've never had it. My German experience was limited to, there used to be a place in Beverly Hills called the Rheindorf. And it was amazing. Run by a grumpy old German dude for like 35 years. And then he retired and shut it down. Didn't want to sell it, didn't want to do anything. Not like, I'm done, let's close it down. Some of the best Schweinehaxen you'll ever have. And it doesn't exist anymore. Had a lot of things from there, it was quite nice. Yeah, my family are Hungarian, so we had kind of like a similar-ish kind of vein thing. Lots of heavy foods, lots of sort of like pickled things. You know, making chicken paprika is amazing. I love doing that for like cold nights and stuff. You know, stuffed cabbage, of course. Various other bits and bobs. Picanha. Well, picanha is just what they call like the cut of meat type thing, because they also do it in Portuguese as well. I don't like spicy, limits my choices. Build up that tolerance, build it, a little bit at a time. Take a little bit, move on to the next bit. A little bit more, you'll learn to love it, trust me. Ox tongue and tail, beef cheek. When you're in Japan, you need to find somewhere that does gyutan. It will blow your brain. Gyutan is amazing. It is from Sendai. It is grilled beef tongue that's salted, and they serve with like a spicy mustard pickle and rice with barley in it. My God, it is just to die for. Such a mood, yeah. So I'd like to move over here and do my thing with the business and that, and do these streams kind of like regularly. Have like a second channel that just does like the Japan thing. A bit of a different kind of view on it compared to most of the Westerners that come over and do the thing here. I got a big old drop of water. Rich, heavy cuts. Rich, heavy cuts can be nice. I like them. Oh, skewers galore. Right. Hey, I've ended up back here. Nice. All right, let's wipe this lens off yet again. Stupid bloody rain. Stay. Yeah. That just made it worse. This one, no. That one, no. It's the bottom one. There we go. There we go. Fly out on Monday. Nice. Cow without its tongue. That would be a thing indeed. It's like trying to explain, I was using actually cows and how they speak to explain to someone how to say the Japanese U sound, because it's kind of like one of the closest that we have in English is saying moo. Meh. But a little bit more kind of abrupt on the end. Meh. It's kind of like going, ugh. Yeah, you'd go crazy if you had to live here, Brad. Probably end up an alcoholic in the span of 2 weeks. Oh man, it's cold. Another bunch of just good, cheap, filling food. Oh, damn. Nadai Fujisoba. Now, I don't think Brad's going to be over here hunting for stuff. His missus will probably cut his hands off if he comes back with too much. It's more just exploring, Aiden. I'm the one who's coming over to buy things because, I mean, half of my, actually almost all of my business nowadays is used instruments and sales. I don't really do anything on the new side anymore. Cancel all my dealerships because there's just no money to be made. And yeah. Japan in summer is its own special kind of torture. Right. Because the humidity is beyond Australia. Like, it is insane. Ooh, we have some cherry blossoms that have finally decided to pop out. We were here a couple of days ago and they weren't out yet. Take a bit of a brief look. Like, this is the kind of stuff you don't see in, like, Australia. Like, look at that sign. Look at it. It's wild. It's crazy. There you go. Whiskey. Yamazaki. Yamazaki 12 years. Hakushu. Taketsuru. That $22 shot of whiskey. Humidity and cicadas, yeah. Lots of that over here at that time. Massively. All right. Clean it yet again. Come on. Picking up some caps. Oh, yeah, I think I remember now, yep. Yamazaki overrated. Yeah, look, there are a bunch of good whiskeys over here though, you just gotta find them. Ooh, the coppers. No, it's a taxi. Wah! Waya! Say hello. Okay. Well, I just completely flipped my bloody whatsy. Flipped my shit. Okay, now we wait for the red light. Now, Rain, if you could stop, that'd be nice, because I'd like to see some interesting shit while we're here. Come on. I'm waiting. Yeah, the wind just comes out of nowhere too. It's just like, woof. Your umbrella? Fuck your umbrella. Here we go. The only alcohol I get is one I don't remember, yeah. Okay, that's cool. Look at that. Up that way, over there. That's the cherry blossoms. Switch it over to 1 times. It's a bit nicer. There we go. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, well, as like I was saying on the last stream, you come to Japan the first time and you're like, oh man, I've got to get me some sushi and I've got to get ramen, I've got to go to this cafe and I've got to do that and I've got to do this. You come the second time, it's like, all right, cool, yeah, no, I've been here, let's go check out some interesting other bits and pieces, some other places. You come the third time, it's like, fuck it, I'm hungry, let's go to size area. Look at that. You're not gonna get most of this, unfortunately, but it looks great. Like just seriously, 2 days ago, these trees were barren. This is how quick the sakura comes in. It will just suddenly hit, and then that's it. It'll be around for a brief period, and then a heavy rain or something similar to that will just cause it to disappear. Look at that. Yes, cherry blossom in DC too. We got them in Australia. We got a bunch of them over there, like heaps. We have like so many sakura. They were imported in like the 60s and stuff, especially Campbelltown. There's actually like a whole sakura festival in August in Maryland, of all things. I don't feel any of those typical tourist things, neither. Never been one for them. I like sort of different things. That's why I like going out in the middle of nowhere. You know, go out to Tohoku, go down to like, you know, islands like Shikoku and stuff. Just see whatever, man. So this avenue here, right? Normally when the sakura kicks right in on the whole thing. Probably not going to wander around here too long. Ground is squishy. It's wet, cold. Look at that, stairs. Stairs leading up to a shrine and stuff up there, which I am not going up. Maybe when I come back here in a bit, because when I come back here, it should be the tail end of the peak bloom, so I can check some stuff out. Down the hill I go. Down, 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 down. Oh, oh boy. Well, at least the rain seems to have calmed down a bit. Wind less so, which is nice. Oh, spoke too soon. I had to test my luck there, didn't I? Yakiniku. Get up those stairs. Nah. I'll be doing plenty more of that stuff when I return for my week away. Bear in mind, I've been walking for an hour and a half solid. Except for that time I sat down and had food. This is coming from a fat guy like me, all right? But I am at that point where I need some food. I need to piss. And I can't take the camera in with me to piss. So that means I'm probably going to get to Ueno Station here, pull aside, and log off. Because it's been good fun. It's been very cold and very wet. But yeah, that's the other side of Ameyoko. Over there. Old school signage and such. What do you got? Yeah, I was at the Akihabara one last night, but the problem is you can't really stream from inside of there. But even that, you know, hard off is pretty mediocre comparative to some of the ones out in the middle of nowhere. So you go out into, you know, Kawaguchi and Yokohama. There's a couple along there. There's heaps of things to be found. Whew. All right. Oh man, freezing. Just gonna pull over this side so I'm not in anyone's way. That's nothing. There you go. Oh God, my ears are frozen. Let's flip it over. Whoa, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on that one. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Clear that off, huh? Wow, you know, that I really got to change the cover on this thing. It's terrible. But yeah, thank you muchly for coming along and checking it out and all the rest of that. Hope it wasn't too boring for you, as the way it goes. But yeah, as with anything, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Get your big boy camera out. What? Big boy camera out and angry through, would ya? You want more mega Oh my God. Nobody's gonna see it on a stream. And besides, I've got my camera for recording some video things normally. I have been shooting some stuff, but yeah, that'll all be edited and all the rest of that. Yeah. You know, tomorrow we are off to Osaka. So I might do a bit of something there tomorrow evening, depending on how I feel, because we're not too far from Dotonbori. And Dotonbori has some interesting stuff around there, which is pretty cool. And yeah, what am I doing for dinner? I'm going to go find something secondary because I went to a real mediocre izakaya. Yeah, just one of the spruikas and that came off. Had like a couple of yakitori there, but they weren't great. Had a beer. I'll go find something else now. As to what, I don't know. It's late at night. I might just find a late night soba joint or something. You know, not stream record. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But guess what? I'm not gonna do while I'm here. I'm not gonna edit videos while I'm here. All right, all right, all right. Whoop! There goes Morty. Stay. Come here, you bastard. Let's pull that in. So. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not going to edit videos while I'm in Japan. I got limited time. And when I'm at night, I come in and I chill out and I pass out, right? But yes, thank you muchly for coming along and watching. I am going to go find some extra food and I'm going to go find a sento. Catches.